There are just a few steps to getting the Florida license. This could include not even having to take the exam after you finish the course. Now, everybody has to take a course, but just because somebody told you to get the Florida license, if you live in one of these 16 states, you may not want to get that license. I'm going to reveal those 16 states coming up next, plus what you should do if you live in those states. But first, tales from the field.
Hard work, not another day's of work. Hard work, that's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay. Hard work, I get off the rock, I move on down. Got to go make.
Hi, my name is Abahi and I am a claims adjuster. If I can help you get the Florida license, would you let me? You're watching this because you were told to get a Florida license or you researched and now you're trying to figure out if the Florida license is best for you. So we are going to talk about what you should do if you live in the state of Florida and you want to get the 620 claims adjuster license. We'll talk about what you should do if you live outside of Florida and you still want to get the Florida claims adjuster license. And third, we'll talk about why I don't recommend the Florida claims adjuster license. Research shows us that Florida's license is pretty popular because of the reciprocity it has with other states. If you live in the state of Florida, I recommend you getting a course that doesn't require you to take the exam at the end. You can usually do that at a local college, like a community college. You're going to want to sign up for the 620 license. That is the all lines adjuster license. Once you have that, the three things that you need to get done next would be your fingerprints, your background check, and then you need to get into an appointment. This video won't be long enough to discuss why you need to get those three things. You can refer to the Department of Insurance for the state of Florida and ask them questions about the appointment. But don't worry about that until you actually finish your course. The course is the most important thing. If you don't finish your course, there's no reason to ask about the appointment. So trust me when I say don't put the cart before the horse and just focus on getting the course and the exam finished. When you're licensed and ready to actually start working, the best thing to do is to get training. There are tons of adjusters in Florida and the market is very competitive. You want to showcase your skills working from home or in the field as an adjuster. Your course probably won't help you do that. They just want to help you get the license. But you can get some additional help by going to majoradjusters.com. We'll help you get training with a local adjuster as well as customize your resume and help you with your job search. Since the market is so competitive in Florida, if you don't live in Florida, it's not necessary that that should be the first license that you get. Even if you live in one of these 16 states, Florida may not be your best option and neither may Texas be your best option. Look at where you live and what state's licensed in your area. If you still have questions about how to get licensed in your state or which state you should choose if you do live in one of these 16 states, I recommend getting the How to Become a Claims Adjuster book from www.getadjusterid.com. They'll show you page by page or state by state which license will be best for you. They also give you tips on which companies hire in your state. This will help keep your investment down. So, because when you're becoming a claims adjuster, you do build your own business, you build your own reputation. And sorry guys, you do have to sell yourselves, your skills, and your knowledge before you get those grandiose opportunities that we're all here for. That's one way to do it. If you would like an easier way to get started, I suggest you click in the link below and fill out our survey that will help us understand who you are and what you're looking for in your next role. We'll introduce you to opportunities that we feel like will be the best fit for you. And now let's talk about why I don't recommend the Florida Claims Adjuster license. Number one, it's a very crowded market. If you don't have experience now, you'll be called last when there is a storm because all of the experienced adjusters will be called first. Now that's also technically true in Texas because that's also overloaded with those getting those two licenses. You have to diversify yourself to stand out. Your first opportunity will only come in Florida and Texas if it's hit by a major storm. I also don't recommend, and maybe this is because it's just due to personal experience, but in my first 4 years of adjusting, there was no call for the Florida license, and I also didn't work in Texas. Now that we're living a post-COVID life, maybe you really don't have to get the Florida license to get started. Maybe you just have to be one of a few who have certain state licenses. Now, if you want to know the license that people get the least so you can have the best opportunity to stand out, you should read How to Become a Claims Adjuster. It's a 50-state guide that will show you, based on your state, what licenses would be best for you. We also reveal certain companies that hire directly in your state. That way you'll have an opportunity to work from home before you invest in going out on deployments. You have to still get some training. Don't just think it's a cakewalk. But if you invest in yourself, you get training and you're able to show that company that you're interviewing with that, hey, I have the skills. You can see it on my resume plus in my work. You'll have the best opportunity to get started in this industry. Okay, so let's recap the pros and cons. The pros, if you live in the state of Florida, is that you can take the course at a community college and not have to take the exam. If you live outside of Florida, the pro is that you don't have to get the Florida license to get started in this industry. Now, my cons are, if you still choose to get the Florida license, that you have more steps that you're going to have to get through in order to actually secure the license. Plus, it's a super competitive market. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button. My name is Abahi, and I am a claims adjuster. If I can help you make money in this very lucrative industry, would you let me? See you next time. Thank you for watching. I am going to give you in-depth knowledge of the adjusting career. There's nothing out on the market that does this. People know how to become a lawyer, people know how to become a realtor, and even a doctor, but becoming a claims adjuster is different from state to state, from person to person. Your experience may make a difference, your job history, the goals you have for yourself are going to be different from maybe your neighbor, maybe your best friend, but definitely different from somebody who lives in a different state. So I would like to welcome you and say that this career is for anybody, despite what others may tell you. We're going to go over some important terms. We will also go over the steps into getting licensing, getting hired. Your first opportunity is likely going to come on a deployment, so we'll talk about that, how to get trained so you can go beyond that, and then how to find year-round work, because ultimately, no one wants to just work 6 weeks out the year, as many adjusters do. To get the most out of this tutorial, you want to not just watch, you want to take notes. So stop everything that you're doing now. Put your phone down. Yes, I see you on your phone. Get out some paper and start taking notes. You don't even want to take notes on your laptop. Take notes on paper. You'll remember it better. Looky-loos are going to just waste your time. So I'm telling you, do not just watch, take notes. Remove all the distractions that you have, okay? You don't want to be trying to catch up on the game, on social media. This is your career. This is important. And if you can't take an hour and a half, you're not going to make it very far in this industry, because you're going to need at least that much time just to take the exam. So start practicing now and then get ready for your career. And you want to do this now. Watch this all the way through. Don't stop, don't pause, okay? Because you have to have a sense of urgency. Many people are running alongside of you that you cannot see. And in order to get those coveted positions to make life-changing money, you have to have a sense of urgency. Otherwise, the money might end up in somebody else's pocket. So would you rather the money end up in your pocket or someone else's pocket? You are likely to succeed in this industry if you are coachable, hungry, and trainable. You're new, and like a medical student, you have a lot to learn. You're going to be operating on someone's financial well being and their biggest asset, which is their home or their car, maybe both. There are no guides to assist you along this very complex process, which differs from state to state. Until now, that's why I built this guide. So you will be able to avoid the bumps and the hiccups from choosing the wrong licenses to being with the wrong companies to choosing the wrong positions. Yes, I find out that many people choose positions that are not right for them. So you do have to do the work. No one can take the test for you. No one is going to be able to study for you. And ultimately, no one is going to be able to show up to the deployments for you. So you have to do these exercises exactly as they are written. Don't stop. Now, who am I? My name is Abahi. I am a formerly at Google employee. I actually started with claims adjusting right after I left that position. Claims adjusting to me, I had no idea what it was. And when I was introduced to it, got my property and casualty course, and I realized, oh boy, they will help my mom and my dad if they had a fire to their home or if they had an employee steal from their business. Oh my, this insurance stuff is better than sliced bread. Everybody needs to know how this works. And that's when I got dedicated to start the YouTube channel, Claims Adjuster of the Year. And I teach online how to get started, what it's like to go through interviews, as well as many other topics, including actually being in the field with me. That's actually probably the best subject that I have on YouTube. So now, if you're like me, you don't even know what a claims adjuster is. So, what is a claims adjuster? There's three types, which we'll go over. You can be an independent, insurance, or a public adjuster. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, there are three types of claims adjusting. Each of them have the opportunity to work from home, to work in the field, or to work at the desk or in a corporate role. Yes, each of them have that opportunity. You can be an independent adjuster. This means you're going to be working in more of a 1099 role, which is fantastic for those who want to be able to maybe work part of the year, but not the entire year. There's the pros and cons to that because if you're only working part of the year, you may or may not have enough to be able to live off of until the next deployment or your next work opportunity because you could work daily. But there's that ups and downs of not knowing when you're going to have work or if you're going to have work. Some adjusters take 18 to 24 months before they get their first opportunity. It's very much like becoming a doctor or a lawyer. You have to go through your apprenticeship, which is you learning and meeting people and applying to jobs. It's just different look than what the law and medical students have. As an insurance or staff adjuster, you are going to work directly with a carrier. You're not going to be working with multiple carriers. You're likely going to be worth just one carrier. And when I mean carrier, I mean the insurance companies. Now, many people are familiar with the ones that appear on TV. They're usually the top 10, top 12 in earnings, but there are thousands of insurance companies. And as a public adjuster, you do not work for the insurance company. You are hired by the policyholder to advocate against the insurance company. So picture a courtroom. Who do you have? You have the judge, you have the jury, and then you have the two attorneys. Well, the insurance company and their adjuster's job is to defend the money. So they are the defense counsel, the insurance staff adjusters. While the public adjusters are the prosecutors, they're trying to let the insurance companies know, hey, you do owe this money. So stop defending it and give it to our client, which is the policy home or homeowner. Many of you are homeowners and may have had damage to your home and may not have known what to do with it. And the public adjuster will be the one to educate you and to give you that knowledge on what you should or should have done. Now, the insurance adjusters do work for the companies and they do have more consistency with work than the independent adjuster, but they probably don't make as much as the independent or the public adjuster. Public adjusters benefit because they work with the policyholder of having year round work. How long has this industry been around? Just think about that for a second. When did insurance first start? Benjamin Franklin, one of the entrepreneurs during our founding fathers' time, started an insurance company. But he wasn't the first insurance company. In fact, insurance companies have been around since ancient China. Yes, they've been around